Hello Cules, it's Pablo here and welcome back to a brand new video on Barca Universal. In today's video we are going to be exploring Barcelona's current situation regarding all of our centre-backs and more importantly guys, looking at Eric García, our main transfer target in that area, and we're actually going to be discussing whether we should be obtaining the services of the Manchester City player in January or whether we should be waiting to sign him in the summer for free. Regarding this particular topic, there is plenty to discuss and I think we all have a lot of different opinions regarding whether we should be signing García now, whether we should be getting him full stop, whether he's the man for the job, should we be paying a little bit of money to get him in January, and it is quite a delicate situation I think, and also an important topic at Barcelona of course, with the centre-back situation. So without any further ado, let's get into this video. But let's kickstart with the absolute basics guys, and that is that Barcelona clearly want to sign Eric García. He has been the main centre-back target for a while, and that has become really clear I think now over the past few months. But I think there are some things that certainly need to be mentioned when discussing this transfer, and the first one is really that, well, we know how much Barcelona struggle in the transfer market. We couldn't get Garcia in January, the same goes for Memphis Depay, and clearly there was an intention to get those players in, but we're low on money, we can't sell players, and that makes these sort of transfers really hard to complete. And of course we also know that Barcelona aren't exactly in a good position financially. We couldn't get, well, Depay for about €5 million in the window, so Barcelona are in a bad position you'd feel to sign Eric Garcia. There's a lot of chaos within the club already, and with the interim board in place, are they really going to make a signing? I find that odd to believe. Reports are coming out that the interim board are going to be meeting with Koeman, with Ramon Planes, who's in charge of transfers right now, and also with the actual presidential candidates themselves, and I just find that weird. What are they going to do, like a vote as to whether people agree with signing with Garcia and Depay? I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know how transfers are going to work really if we're not getting a president in until late January, and that certainly makes signing someone like Eric Garcia really difficult to complete. So that's what I will say. Look, whether we want to get Garcia or not is definitely a different issue. Should we be signing him now or in the summer? We don't really know. What we do know, guys, is that, well, it's not exactly going to be an easy deal to complete. But whether we will be able to sign Eric Garcia is certainly a different matter as to whether we should be signing Eric Garcia, because in my opinion, the big question, the one that goes around the entire fan base right now is, should we be signing Eric Garcia? And I'm going to give my view on it. And for me, Eric Garcia is a player that should be at Barcelona, whatever the case is, either now or in the summer for free. For me, Eric Garcia is a top young centre-back. He's a player who fits our mould to absolute perfection. He knows the club, he knows the city, he knows what it means to be a Barcelona centre-back, and I think that's absolutely vital. And regarding signing him in January, which I think is certainly a big debate, for me I think it would be a good idea. I wouldn't be, saying it has to be done or whacking it home, but I think for Barcelona right now, with the situation we're in, we've just lost Gerard Piqué until April really. Is Piqué even going to play for us again this season? We don't know. So look, we don't even have a lot of fit centre-backs right now. We had Araujo injured, Titi, we never know when he's going to be available guys, and of course Lenglet is the only centre-back left. Yes, we have Oscar Mingueza, who I'll be getting onto in a minute, but for me, Eric Garcia, it certainly could be worthwhile getting him in January, and like I say, I wouldn't be bashing at home saying you have to sign him in January, but if Barcelona want to compete this season, if they want to make a good centre-back adjustment, I think Eric Garcia would be certainly a good man to go for. He's cheap, he's certainly what we need, and it definitely could be worthwhile. However guys, another reason why a lot of fans have been put off by signing Eric Garcia is definitely because of Oscar Mingueza's performance against Dynamo Kiev on Tuesday night in the Champions League. And look, I absolutely agree, Mingueza was great, he looks really good in there, and that is essentially what happens when you play La Masia players. And I'm not saying get rid of Mingueza or don't play him anymore, because I certainly think in the future games, certainly in the upcoming weeks, he has to be playing more football for us. And look, that is what happens when you sign or when you use La Masia players. They always produce for you. But my opinion doesn't really change on Eric Garcia. He's also someone who's come up from La Masia, and if we can't get him in January, look, that's fine. We can use Mingueza, Araujo will be back, we'll hope Titi's ready also, but then we've got to rely on those guys for the whole season. So know that we've got to rely on Mingueza, on Titi, on Araujo, on Lenglet for the whole season. That's out of our hands now. If we don't get Garcia, I think we certainly could be in a bad situation. And I think, yes, the fact that Mingueza's looking good right now, that doesn't really take away the fact that we are still light on centre-backs, and Garcia is someone who certainly fits the mould. Then of course there is the option of an emergency centre-back for Barcelona should we not want to go for Eric Garcia, or if it's just too hard to complete, negotiating with the club, finding a sale with the board, etc. We certainly could go for an option like Ezequiel Garay, for example, an older player, someone we can simply draft in for free. For me, it's something that certainly shouldn't be done. I think we could all agree on that. Emergency transfers, for me, are just not the way to go in football in general. You either get your top centre-back target, which is Eric Garcia, or for Barcelona, you just use La Masia. So guys, just to summarise and end the video, I'm certainly on the side of bringing Eric García in. That's absolutely 100% for me, and whether that will be in January for like 15 million or something, or just in the summer for free. Regarding whether we do it now or not, that's certainly a different issue. Like I say, full stop, I'd be bringing García in. For me, I'd say do it now, simply because we've got bad injuries back there. Piqué's missing for most of the season. Do you trust all our centre-backs to go the whole season? I'm not entirely sure, but I am certainly open on this one. I really am. I think that for Barcelona, it would be valuable to bring García in, but if we don't get him, I understand it. I understand the difficult situation we're in. We've got no board right now. We've got no money. We can't sell players, and it's hard enough to negotiate a good fee with Manchester City. They're going to be difficult to negotiate. And can you really vouch for paying 15 million for someone who you can get for actually zero in 6 months' time? Look, for me, I certainly think it'll be worthwhile. Like I mentioned, we get an extra 4 months of a centre-back in there, which could be vital for our season if we want to be challenging. But for Barcelona right now, like I say, so many things going against us that you can't be overly unhappy if it doesn't end up happening. So like I say, there are a lot of factors that suggest this deal will not be happening, and that is a little bit annoying for me. What we can say is that Eric García hopefully will be a Barcelona player by the end of 2021, and that should be the important thing, guys. But please, let me know all your thoughts down below on this matter, because like I said earlier, this is definitely one that divides the fan base. There are certainly some people who are big fans of Eric García, others who just think he's a bit of a waste of space at the back. I'm on the side that I'm a big fan of García. I think he's a typical prototype Barcelona centre-back that we should be using for the future. I would think that he'd be a useful player to sign in January, but I get the circumstances. I agree with using Mingueza a bit more, so let me know all your thoughts it down below. I'm hoping we can get a good discussion going down there. There should be some opinions on this one, so please let me know them down below. I'll be back tomorrow, guys, for the Osasuna preview. Lots of videos coming thick and fast now. The games will not stop, and neither will the news. It's going to get even hotter now with the presidential elections coming up. La Porta is set to run. There's loads going on, and you should be able to catch it all here on Barca Universal. So yeah, subscribe if you're new, share the video around, get involved in the comment section, let me know your thoughts, and until next time, goodbye.